Hero Brewing Company here. Welcome to my beer library where I do beer reviews, I do beer vlogs, I make beer, and then I talk about it. And then I kind of show you the process. So basically my whole thing is I try different kinds of beer and then I try to make or emulate what I try. So today is no different. Today we are trying a Hero Brewing Company original. This is, I'll put this right here so you can kind of read it as I'm reading it. Scotty McScotty Scottish Ale. It says proudly brewed and bottled in the USA at Hero Brewing Company. That's me. Alcohol by volume is 4.25%. IBUs 18. Beer category classic. Color amber brown. So as you can see, I put it in all kinds of different bottles. I got some, these are actually Corona bottles. But I've used Stella bottles. I've used, basically anything you can think of. Any old beer bottles that have the pop tops, you can bottle. So we are going to be judging this in the Scottish Ale category. And I am going to be judging my own beer right now. So this is a beer review on Scotty McScotty's Scottish Ale. Now what I do is I will oftentimes redo or make the same thing over and over again until I think I have it perfected. Okay, I don't think it's, I've already had some, obviously. I don't think it's to that point. So every time I make a Scottish Ale, so I'll get the same ingredients and then I'll redo it, just change a little bit something, then I'll change the name. So the next batch of Scottish Ale, unless I make it exactly like I did here, will not have the same name. It'll be called something like Scotty 2, not that, but I'll change the name. That's what I do. It's kind of my thing. And then once I have it perfected, or I think I have it perfected, or as close to perfection as possible, here's the cap. It's the Brewer's Best caps that you get in the kit, whatnot. Once I have it perfected, and then that name, I'll keep making that, and that name, that's what I'll market it under, and that's how I roll. So you do have like an amber brown color. That's a good color, good carbonation. So the odor is kind of like malty, kind of like molassesy-ish, if that's a word. So a good Scottish Ale, in my opinion, has kind of a like a whiskey aftertaste, or like a bourbon barrel aftertaste. I know those are two different things, I get it, but like that that aftertaste, and this has it. So first sip, strong beer flavor, and then aftertaste is definitely like that whiskey aftertaste, or bourbon barrel aftertaste. So I hit it right on the head. Now when I said there are some things I do want to change about it, I would love to bump up the ABV to about 5%. I try to get all mine right around 5, so it's just easier. And then like obviously the porters and the stouts, I try to make them a little bit more heavier than 5, like 5 to 8. But that's something I want to change for next time. So it has good flavor, good coloring. The color is perfect. You can see I always put some in clear bottles just so I can see the color like throughout the process. I like to look at it. So usually I'll drink those last, the clear ones. So great color, carbonation great, the flavor dead on. So out of 100, 100 being the best Scottish Ale that is out there, 0 being the worst, I would rate this at about a 70. And I made it, so you know how hard I am with my stuff. So the only reason why a 70 is because the ABV isn't where I want it to be. and I can adjust that by just adding, some sugars, whatever I decide, right before it goes to ferment, or less water. So we'll work on that. Besides that, not bad. Now I am going to do a review on so I have the ingredient kit right here. I am going to do a review on the Scottish Ale kit from Brewer's Best. So check that video out as well. What is the best Scottish Ale that you have ever had? And don't you dare say mine unless you've came over and tried it and actually bought a 6-pack. I mean, took a 6-pack home and paid me for the bottles. So what is the best Scottish Ale you have ever had? Okay? Let me know in the comments. And try something you never had before. And try to make something you've never made before. Cheers.